Namaste, beloveds. This is Anne Renee, your golden goddess aromatherapy oracle. And I'm here with the reading for the full moon in Pisces on September 2nd, 2020. So before we get started and into the reading, let me tell you a little bit about how this works. I'm a master aromatherapy oracle and alchemist in the lineage of the Isis Ra Mystery School. All of my blends have been made at the altar. They are sacred and highly transformative. As I read the cards, I'm going to be projecting the essential oil blends to you like an energetic Reiki to help you make shifts, to raise your frequency, and to integrate the information that is coming through the cards. So when I do that, I'm going to be projecting it like this. I will tell you the name of the blend. Let's just start with Archangel Michael's Shield of Protection. So I'm going to project that to you now. Archangel Michael's Shield of Protection. And you breathe it in, hold it. Take it into your four lower bodies, the physical, mental, emotional, and memory bodies. And when you're ready, just blow it out into the sphere around you. Now the sphere is very important because it is your spiritual protection. When you put Archangel Michael's Shield of Protection in there, you are calling in his assistance, his frequency, and his vibration to be around you. The other thing that we may be doing is the yes, yes, yes. So I'll show you how that works. It's yes, 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 yes. Woo! So the yes is the integration of the feminine on the left side, the masculine on the right. 3 times up is the integration. And at the top of the ooh is your own I am presence, sending down a blessing in the form of multicolored fairy dust on whatever you're saying yes to. So that may come in during the reading. I never know what's going to happen because I'm really channeling the energies from the Ascended Masters as we do this. So I welcome you to this reading. I welcome you to the frequencies of this day, which are that of the full moon in Pisces. So let's get started. So the full moon in Pisces is a 10-10-10 code. The full moon is in 10 degrees of Pisces. The sun is at 10 degrees of Virgo, and Uranus is at 10 degrees of Taurus. So this is a trine. It's a very good aspect. And it brings us the 10-10-10 code. So if we look at the 10, the 1 is the number of sovereignty. It's your own direct connection to your own I am presence. It's you standing in your power. The 0 is the multiplication factor of infinite potential. It's the cosmic void, right? So when you put the 1 and the 0 together, it becomes infinite possibilities for manifestation through your own divinity, your own I am presence. So this is what we have the opportunity to work with this full moon and with the next 2 weeks specifically. Okay. The full moon is also always a time of letting go and a new beginning. So what is it that your soul is asking you to let go of as we are in this Pisces full moon? So let's take a look at the cards. Pisces, but before we do that, Pisces is about spirituality. It's about your own intuition. It's very sensitive. It's very much unconditional love. And it's very much about sacred oneness, divine union, the law of the one. Everyone being equal, everyone being important. Virgo is about the divine feminine, which is about also about intuition. It's about the mother. It's about nourishment and nourishing. It's about, again, about the unconditional love of the divine mother and the sweetness of the divine feminine. So September is also a 13 month, a 13 universal month. So that number is the number of the divine feminine. So we have a lot of divine feminine energy here. Pisces is a water sign. Uranus is in Taurus, which is an earth sign. It's like grounding us in this trine. It's grounding us to the earth. It's also a feminine aspect of Mother Earth. So we have this spiritual energy coming from Pisces, activated through the divine feminine of Virgo, asking us to anchor this energy into the heart of the earth, into the earth mother. So all of this put together really gives us the code for infinite possibilities of manifestation through the self-mastery of love. So there's another aspect that's happening right now that's very important. It's very important till the end of the year. This is Mars in Aries, okay? Mars is very powerful. It's about action. It's about masculine energy. It's about moving forward. It wants to get things done. In Aries, its own home sign, it is about the pioneering spirit. It doesn't really care so much about what other people think. It just wants to get it done. So sometimes an aspect of this, the shadow side of this, is aggressiveness, overly aggressive. You might be getting triggered through what other people say or what you see happening in events. So this is our opportunity to stay in the heart as the divine feminine, to move into a place of neutrality, to hold the space for what's happening around us, and to gain our own mastery by redirecting our thoughts when they go to a lower frequency. So this is the test of these next few months, really, because Mars is in Aries until the end of the year, actually until January. And usually it's in one sign for 6 to 8 months, 6 to 8 weeks. This time, because it's retrograding in Aries, it's going to be there for 6 months. So this is a very strong energy that is really contributing to the dismantling of the old and the creation of the new. So we know that we're all in this cosmic initiation on planet Earth as we go through 2020, as we go through COVID, as we go through all the restrictions, the struggle between the power, the internal power desiring sovereignty and freedom, and the external power putting restrictions on us. So it's an intense time for everyone, and it's a great time to put your attention on gaining spiritual mastery and holding a greater balance for yourself, for the planet, really using that method of redirecting your thoughts to gratitude and appreciation whenever you see something coming in, and taking deep breaths and really focusing on higher energy, holding a higher energy vibration and sending it out to the earth as we go through this time. So the first card that came into the layout was the owl. Now, this is a brown owl, but I always see it as Pallas Athena's white owl that stands on her shoulder. Pallas Athena is the goddess of truth. She's also a warrior goddess, actually. Yeah. And her white owl sits on her shoulder. The owl can turn its head 360 degrees. It has keen hearing and keen eyes, so it really knows what's going on. So this is, you could call it the messenger of truth. On the card, it says wisdom and knowledge. So this is telling us that really this is the small voice of our own soul within ourselves that is always whispering to us our own truth. It's always helping us integrate newer understandings as it comes to recalculate the truth to come into a greater alignment with our present situation. So the owl can be invoked as a spiritual animal, spirit animal, to assist you on your path to know your truth and to ascertain the highest truth. So the blend I'm going to give you for this is honoring the truth within. So receive it now. Honoring the truth within. Breathe it in. Hold it. Take it into the physical, mental, emotional, and memory bodies. See this as a green flame of truth. And blowing it out into the sphere around you. Now I do want to say that in order to receive these frequencies more consciously and more powerfully, it's important to stop multitasking. It's important to really sit with this reading and the transmissions as I give it to you. And that way you can really absorb the energies that are coming through, not only from me, but the Ascended Masters and the angels who are giving these transmissions through me. So the owl is the theme card. So the theme card is truth. The revealing of truth, the understanding, the connecting to our own truth, and the ability to, and the mastery of allowing your truth to change as you get more information, because truth is relative. It doesn't stay the same. Our truth changes as we receive more information and more understanding. So the next card is really the action card, what really wants to manifest through this reading and through this full moon, and this is the butterfly. So the butterfly is a feminine aspect. It's about beauty. It's about freedom. The butterfly has wings. And when we think of the metaphor of the butterfly began as a caterpillar that only knew things of the ground and the earth. It didn't have a higher perspective. It was just going along on the earth and eating, like the caterpillar does. At some point, a light code activates within the caterpillar to activate it to climb up the stalk, to get a higher perspective. So it's still eating the leaves until it gets full of the material world. And at that time, it stops. It attaches itself to the underside of a leaf and begins to spin the cocoon around it. And as it spins the cocoon, it begins to go into that inner realm to take a look at what has been in terms of the life as a caterpillar, and to reflect on everything that's been gained. And in that process of going within in the cocoon, it melts into the primordial soup. Nothing of the past is in there, and nothing of the future is manifested yet. So it's that time of the pause. And then at some point, the light codes again begin to activate for the caterpillar. The caterpillar begins to build the butterfly wings inside the chrysalis, holding that vision for what it wants to become and for freedom. And when the butterfly wings are perfected, the chrysalis pops open. The butterfly dries itself in the light of the sun. Metaphorically, this is the light of your own sun, your own I am presence, your higher self. And then the butterfly is multidimensional. It can fly anywhere. It cannot be held back. It's a thing of beauty to the world. And it has totally transcended itself from the butterfly into this higher dimensional being of great light and great love. So this is what we are being asked to do through our spiritual initiations on the planet during these next 6 months. So And for that, I'm going to give you the blend, Birth the Butterfly. So receive it. We all have a butterfly within that's just waiting now for us to go through the metamorphosis, to activate the codes of our own divinity, to bring them down into our physical body for our passage through this initiation on planet Earth. So here we go. Birth the butterfly. Receive it now. Breathe it in. Hold it. Take it into the four lower bodies. See yourself as that butterfly. What color are your butterfly wings? What is your archetype of the butterfly? What does it look like? And blowing it out into your sphere. So the next card, which comes out, works as a trinity with the first two cards, is the bee. Okay. Now the bee is all about sweet victory. The bee makes love to the flowers all day long. It follows its heart. It doesn't ask when it gets up in the morning, okay, what's my divine plan for the day? Or how do I serve today? It just follows its heart. It goes to the flowers that it loves. It makes love with those flowers. And out of that comes its service. Out of that comes the honey, the sweetness. Out of that comes the pollination. So the message for us is it's time to follow our heart, to follow our passion, to bring it into the world as the gifts and as our service to life. But it happens automatically when we follow our passion and the sweet victory of the fulfillment of our own personal ascension and the raising of our frequencies and energies happens automatically when we follow the passions of our own heart. So, the blend for this is follow your heart, go for it. So receive it now, breathe it in. So what is your soul calling you to do that you haven't yet manifested in your life? What is it that you love to do? What is your passion? What do you seek to have more pleasure and more love and more joy in your life? Breathe it in, hold it. And blowing it out into your sphere. Now, anything you blow out into your sphere, you can take back in again. So you can remember the names of these blends and you can reactivate them by just calling them back in again. So I love it because the next card is the Wealth card. These are the Wisdom of Avalon cards. I love these cards. They just are so rich in the meaning, and working with the Ascended Masters and the angels with them just gives you a really deep understanding of the energies that are around whatever it is you're working with. So the Wealth card is about physical abundance. It's about money. But beyond that, it's about the fulfillment of all good things for your life. So you can see this is an old growth forest. The trees have been there for a long time. It's very rich in the green frequency of healing, of love, of rejuvenation. Yeah. So we see that as we take these steps, the owl getting our own truth within, birthing our own butterfly, putting the focus there, and following our heart, that will bring us to the fulfillment of all good things for our life and to the fulfillment of our divine plan. So the blend I'm going to give you for that is called Joyous Fulfillment, Living, Laughing, and Loving. So receive it now. Joyous fulfillment, living, laughing, and loving. Just go into that. How would it feel if everything important to you was manifested in your life and you were living it? How would that feel? Just feel the juiciness of that, the expansion when you think about it. Let those dreams come into your outer consciousness and blow it out into your sphere around you. And now we have the risk card come in. And the risk card, if you can see, it has 3 arrows down at the bottom. What happens if I go forward? What happens if I go to the left? What happens do I go to the right? This is how we have been trained to make our decisions, right? The left brain mental aspect of the masculine way of thinking, right? But this is not working so well anymore. Because what we are moving into is a 5th dimensional frequency of flow. We have to be ready to be flexible, to make new decisions when we get new information, and to discern from the heart. So we're in a time when we're being asked, all of humanity is being asked to move from the masculine way of leading through the head and the mental process to the divine feminine way of heart knowingness, of intuition, of gnosis, receiving information directly from our own I am presence. So I always tell people and show people to put one hand on your heart, the other hand on your womb space. The womb is the point of creation. So to manifest instantly on this 10-10-10 day, or to manifest, plant the seeds for our dreams, we need to go into the heart space. We need to open the heart space. So I'm going to give you a couple of blends for this one. One is opening the heart space. Let's start with that. Breathe it in, opening the heart space. Dissolving the heart walls. Holding it. Blowing it out into the sphere. When we put one hand on the heart, the other hand on the womb space, we're reading the energies, the higher dimensional energies from our own I am presence, from the angels, the masters who are speaking to us, from our own soul. And with the other hand, we are reading the frequencies of the earth through our feet. We are tuning in to the 3rd and 4th dimensional frequencies, and we are merging them through this figure 8 flow from our heart to our womb space to activate that aspect of our own inner knowing that comes through intuition, that comes through being present with the earth and present in our bodies. This brings us to our own real truth. Using the left brain, receiving information from other people, from the media, from our Twitter accounts, from our Facebook, all of that is outer information coming in. But what we really have to do is run it through the filter of our own knowingness. Our own knowingness comes from the heart and from the womb space. That way we can arrive at our own truth. So I am projecting to you now the blend, dissolving illusion, discovering my truth. So receive it now. Breathe it in, hold it. Blow it out into the sphere. So in the course of becoming a sovereign being, we are being asked to let go of the old paradigms, the old belief systems of our parents, of our culture, of our religions. We are asked to go within to find our own truth, because this is the basis for the alignment of our soul, with our own divinity and our own knowingness. The most important thing that we have to do in this lifetime is to show up to be authentically who you are, free from the overlays that everybody else put upon you, your parents, your culture, your religions, the governments, free from all of that, free to align with your own truth, your own knowingness, and to show up as authentically you. So the next frog, just following that, is the next frog, yes. The next card is the frog. The frog is all about clearing emotional baggage, cleaning house. So the frog goes through many different stages, from being the egg through the polywog, through all of the different forms, transformations it has to go through to become the frog. So it knows something about change. It knows something about riding the waves of change, yes? And when it gets to be the frog, it's now multidimensional. It can live in the water, it can live in the air. So this is what we're being asked to do, is to release the baggage, the emotional baggage of the hurts, the traumas, everything that we're carrying for and on behalf of our ancestors, for and on behalf of our cultures. Let go of everything that is not authentically 100, 1000% you. In this process, and in the process of our own growth and evolution, just like the butterfly and the frog, we go through many cycles of metamorphosis, of changes, of expansion. So, an airplane's going over, so it's reminding me we're being asked to fly higher than we've ever flown before, to be willing to go through these cosmic waves of initiation that we are in right now, to shed the past and to find our own authenticity. So how do we do that? We do it by putting on more and more of our own divinity, by merging fully with our own soul at the fifth dimension, of anchoring our own divine blueprint as the truth of our own reality. So the blend I'm going to give you for that is merging with spirit, transcending me. So receive it. Big breath. Take it into the physical, mental, emotional, and memory bodies. Merging with spirit. Merging with your higher self, your own divinity, your soul reunion, transcending you and blowing it out into your own sphere. So the next card that comes in is the High Priestess card. The High Priestess is an alchemist. She's working with the things of the earth, her sacred brew, with the plants, with the frequencies of vibration. She's working with the cycles of the moon. The moon is full, actually, in this picture. She has the raven beside her. The raven is the messenger that goes forth to take your own intentions out into the world, to carry that frequency and vibration out into the world, to magnetize back to you the synergy and the coincidences and the divine appointments that you need to fulfill your divine purpose. So we're being asked to use that aspect of the divine alchemist, the feminine divine alchemist that we are, to work with the energies, to raise the lower frequencies and vibrations through our intention, through our prayers, through our mantras, through using the violet flame, to take the energies as they are now, to raise them to a higher vibrational frequency for manifestation through the heart of love and the divine feminine. So for that, I'm going to give you Goddess of Mastery, gift from heaven. So receive that. Hold it in. We all have the divine feminine, the divine masculine part of ourselves. One of the things that we're being asked to do at this point is to really bring them into total balance so that we can remain in equipoise, that we can remain in harmony, that we can hold the balance for ourselves, our families, our cultures, and the world as we go through this space. Breathe it in again. Goddess of Mastery, gift from heaven. Hold it. When you're ready, blowing it out. We say yes to that. Let's say yes to saluting the divine feminine in each of us and the divine feminine taking her place as and mastery on planet Earth at this time. Yes, 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 yes. Woo! A big breath on that. Feel those multicolored fairy dust coming down to bless now the divine feminine in you and the divine feminine rising, the divine feminine Sophia rising on planet Earth now. So the next card is the focus card. Okay. This is asking us to be the master of our thoughts and our actions and our words. To keep focused on what we really want to bring into the earth as the butterfly, with the word on the butterfly card, beauty. So we are being asked to bring beauty from our I am presence, the frequencies of the love and the light that you are. From your I am presence through the heart of your soul, anchor it into your body and into the heart of the earth. We are being asked to birth that butterfly within us and to walk in the way of beauty. To be the spiritual alchemist of the High Priestess, to change the lower frequency vibrations into the higher vibrations of beauty and the Divine Mother's unconditional love. So this is our focus, this is our assignment, so to speak, in this reading. So for that, I'm going to give you divinely delicious directioning. Breathe this in as that green flame. It's also that green flame of truth, so breathe it in. We want to take our choices based upon the highest truth and the highest understanding that we have at the moment. We want to choose our directioning from the discernment of the divine feminine and the heart knowingness. Blow it out. Divinely delicious directioning that can only come from that direct connection with your own I am presence, from the heart space of the divine feminine, and the womb space of creation, with the focus on creation, creating that which is in the highest and best good for you and for everyone. Because truly, the next card is the love card. So on this day of 10-10-10, the opportunity to use that number 1 of sovereignty with the 0 of infinite possibilities magnified, multiplied, to create through the divine feminine directly out of the infinite void, bringing what your desire and what you hold in your consciousness in the physical manifestation in form. We can only do this through holding that space of love for ourselves, first of all, and then for others. So receive now that frequency of love. I remember one time I was sitting at a stop sign in Denver, Colorado, and I said, show me what success feels like. And I took a breath And I got about 2 inches taller, and I actually felt the vibration of success come through my entire body. So we can do this with any quality that we want to feel and embody. So let's just take the moment now. Just ask your own higher presence, show me what unconditional love feels like in my body. Show me that vibration. And take the breath and hold it. As you hold the breath, just begin to notice what's happening in your body, with your muscles, your breathing, what colors are coming in, how the stance of love is just swirling around you, these energies of love swirling around you, and blowing it out into your sphere. So the blend I'm going to give you for this is called Love's Sacred Alchemy, because love is the highest frequency known. Love is also an aspect of the violet flame. The violet flame is actually made of the blue flame of the divine masculine, of God power and God will, and the rose pink flame of the divine feminine, of the mother and of love. And when you put them together, it creates the violet flame of transmutation. The violet flame is also the flame of freedom, and it is the flame of joy. So we're really just breathing that violet flame into you, holding it. Show me what it feels like to be dancing with the violet flame. And receive it. So the blend I'm going to give you for love is called Love's Sacred Alchemy. I think I already said that. I don't know if I actually transmitted it. So we're going to transmit it. Love's Sacred Alchemy. Receive it. Receive it as that rose pink flame. And blowing it out into your sphere. I'm going to project it again. And as you project it again, receive it either as the fully opened pink rose or the fully opened pink lotus, your choice. Breathe it in as one of those. And see every atom, cell, and electron filled with that pink rose or the pink lotus. Sparkling, dancing, shining, radiating love. And blow it out into the sphere. So forgiveness comes in. And this is that aspect of unconditional love, isn't it? First of all, we have to forgive ourselves for everything that we haven't forgiven ourselves for everything we've ever done, for everything we haven't done, for mistakes we feel we've made, for bad decisions, for treating other people in ways that we would not treat them if we had another opportunity to do it. Whatever it is that we're holding against ourselves, guilt, shame, it's all lower frequency. And the truth is, it was in your life for a purpose. Whatever it was in your life for a purpose, so that you could become stronger, more courageous, so that you could be more, you could grow roots that were strong on the earth. Like the wind blows through the trees, and when it blows hard, it makes them grow stronger roots. So it's sort of like that for us. But we don't have to hold on to it. We can let it go. We don't need it anymore. So forgiveness first for ourselves. Forgiveness for others that we feel have wronged us, that we're still holding on to that old story. And forgiveness for what is being revealed on the planet now. and will be revealed between now and the end of the year. Many things are going to be revealed that maybe you won't understand or may bring up some strong feelings within you. So let's all practice now that feeling of forgiveness. In fact, let's call that in first. Beloved, I am present. Show me now what forgiveness, true forgiveness, feels like in my body. Receive it. Breathe it in. As you're holding this image, you can also hold the image of the violet flame swirling around you, transmuting cause, effect, record, and memory of all traumas. And breathing it out. So the blend for this is Return of the Dove. This blend is about forgiveness. It's about bringing heaven to earth. The symbol is the six-pointed star. And it reminded me now that the six-pointed star, when it is three-dimensional and it's turning, is the Merkaba, which is our vehicle for interdimensional travel. So when we activate our Merkaba, we realize that like the butterfly, we are not confined to the earth. We can travel anywhere through time and through space. But we can't go there in a lower density frequency of non-forgiveness. We have to do the spiritual work to let all that go so that we can be bright and shining and transparent and vibrating at a very high frequency as the butterfly. So receive now the blend, Return of the Dove. Receive it. Hold it. Return of the Dove. What have you not forgiven yourself for, and who else do you need to forgive? And blowing it out. And I'm reminded that I just did a call with Kuan Yin for the transmutation, using the violet flame and using her mantras to transmute anxiety, worry, fear, separation, anger, now rippling through the earth and through the planet. And she came through in a dictation or a channeling, and she said, I am releasing from my heart billions of violet flame doves. I'm sending it out into the world to carry the frequency of forgiveness and transmutation. And I'm sending a violet flame dove to the heart of every person embodied on earth. So receive now in this moment your violet flame dove from the heart of the Chinese master, Lady Kuan Yin, of mercy and compassion and love. Receive it now. Breathe it in. And she said now to take that violet flame dove and put it into your own heart. And blow it out. Bring it in again, that violet flame dove into your heart. She said to expand the violet flame within your own heart and send forth billions of violet flame doves out into the world. Again and again and again. This is a spiritual tool that she's giving us for our own evolution and for our spiritual work and divine service to planet Earth. So the last card is the spider. The spider is all about co-creating with God, co-creating with your own I am presence. The spider weaves the sacred geometry into its own web to magnetize into it that which it desires to have manifest within its life. So this is manifestation by the Divine Feminine. After the spider weaves its web, it doesn't go looking for its prey, it magnetizes it in by frequency, by vibration, by sacred geometry. So this is what we're being asked to do, is to magnetize the desires of our heart, the highest manifestation that we can hold for the new earth, the love of our life, the abundance that we need to be totally free, the children that we desire to give birth to, any desire of your heart. This is how you can manifest it through the Divine Feminine. You can even create on a piece of paper a web and put within that web, you can write within the web or put pictures within it what you desire to bring into your life. This is a great exercise for this day of 10-10-10 instant manifestation, where whenever you are hearing this, if it's not on this day, you can still go back to that frequency and vibration and do that exercise. Really, it's time to spend more time visualizing and bringing into manifestation that co-creation with God, Goddess within us, of what we desire to see on the earth. So important now that we keep our energies positive. When we see things on television or in the newspaper that trigger us, it's important just to go, okay, I'm getting triggered. I'm just going to breathe. I'm going to reconnect to my own I am presence. I'm going to bring down the light and the love. And I'm going to think of something or many things that can bring joy and gratitude and appreciation into my life at the same time that I'm sending the light through whatever it was that triggered me. So this is how we can move forward step by step in spiritual attainment and manifestation in our lives for our own evolution and in service to planet Earth. The beautiful thing is I actually pulled some Ascended Master cards for this reading as well. And I really, really, really love it because the first one was Portia. She's a Violet Flame Master. She is a twin flame of Saint Germain. And on this card, it says Divine Order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. So she brings in the Violet Flame for us. These cards are the Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray. This one is Green Tara. This is an aspect of Kuan Yin. You can see how beautiful she is. So it's really writing in on that butterfly card to bring the Divine Feminine and the Divine Beauty into physical manifestation. On it, it says Supreme Protection. So this is the protection of the Divine Feminine. Kuan Yin is called the Savioress. She responds to anybody who calls her name when they are in danger or they need help. Green Tara is an aspect of her. On the card it says, you are protected, cards are being cut, move beyond limitation and trust. Beautiful. The next card is Radha. She's an Eastern Indian goddess, Hindu goddess. Radha. Soul flame is what it says here. She's Krishna's twin flame. Definitely manifesting the Divine Feminine beauty. Anchoring it on the planet. Anchoring that twin flame connection, the Divine Masculine, the Divine Feminine within. On the card it says, rediscover a lost part of yourself. Experience relationship, harmony, and healing. And I pulled those 3 cards this morning, and just a little bit before I did this reading, I pulled another card and Holy Amethyst came in. So I love it. The first card and the last card, Portia and Holy Amethyst, are both masters of the violet flame. This card says divine alchemy, and what have we been talking about all through this reading is alchemy, raising things of a lower frequency to a higher frequency through alchemy and through the use of the violet flame. On her card, it says, move beyond current challenges, focus on what you desire. So this is a perfect card for today to remind us to keep our focus on what we want to manifest, not on what we see in the news, and to be the divine alchemist, shining the light, shining the love through our bodies, into the heart of the earth, into whatever we see happening that brings us into a point of trigger, or if we feel it's unjust. Portia is the goddess of justice. Holy Amethyst is the archangel of the violet flame. Archangel Zadkiel is her twin flame. Archangel Zadkiel and Holy Amethyst. So, beloveds, we have a beautiful, beautiful full moon here, full of divine potential. The important thing is to use the violet flame whenever you feel like you're getting triggered, or you see things on the news that are triggering you or that you feel are unjust. Use the violet flame, bring it through your body from your own I am presence into your heart, put the love into it, send it forth with purity of intention for the transmutation of whatever it is that you desire to perform that sacred alchemy of love upon. All right, beloveds, thank you for being with me. I love you, I love you, I love you. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's such a joy to be here. It's such a joy to send these frequencies to you. I hope that you really will take the time to watch all of my transmissions without multitasking so that you really receive the fullness of it. If you want to do more spiritual work with me, I will put the link below. Returning Goddess 44 at co.uk. yahoo.co.uk. I'll put it below. You can email me, ask to be on my mailing list, and I will be moving into a website soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being with me. Thank you for being on the earth. Thank you for giving your gifts in all the way that you are showing up. You say yes to that? Yes, 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 yes. Woo! Namaste.